This video might be a bit harsh to the faint of heart. I do not want to offend any Ukrainian or any Russian. I just don't want to make your war an everyday thing for the rest of us. Controversial game of the year? Probably. You guys remember 6 Days in Fallujah, the game that came out about a year ago? Well, that game was bombarded with controversy because it painted Americans as the victims of a hard battle rather than the perpetrators of war crimes and massacres. Well, that's what this Reddit user had to say about it. And then the good old Radionaut, they wanted to add a school map. So as we all know, Radionaut is a realistic SWAT simulator, so they wanted to simulate something that a SWAT team would get deployed to. So one of those things might just be a school shooting, especially in America since it's very common over there. But man, they got bashed for that. And then you get Operation Doorstop, where it has mods for Ukraine versus Russia, and everyone in the comments just seemed to be a bit offended by it. Now there are a lot of people like me and you who just don't care, because at the end of the day, the same people that say having a school shooting scene for Radionaut and having Ukraine versus Russia mods for Operation Doorstop and just playing 6 Days in Fallujah in general makes you a bigot, those are the same people that's going to go play Y'all Let Loose for a realism about World War II, the same people that's going to go and play Call of Duty World War II because of how brutal and fun World War II seems to just look. But no, how dare you make a game about a current conflict? And that's why we're gonna talk about Glory to the Heroes. Because Glory to the Heroes is a game about the current conflict between Russia and Ukraine. Now before you get mad and call me disrespectful, this game comes from Ukraine. So be respectful about their choices now, okay? Now the gameplay you're seeing is from Glory to the Heroes, and being pre-alpha gameplay, this looks good. Glory to the Heroes is set in a Russian-Ukrainian war, and it is a realistic and hardcore tactical single-player and also multiplayer first-person shooter. Now this game is also an immersive experience, and it involves many kinds of different military units, and also vehicles that you can find on the battlefield. Now the cool thing is, all of these military units and all of these different vehicles that you'll find on the battlefield is happening in real-world locations from the actual battles that you'll find in the game. Now all of those vehicles, all of those different military units and real-world locations are accurately recreated using real-world height map data and photogrammetry. Now there's a lot of things that makes this game a lot different from games like Squad and Arma, because Glory to the Heroes provides an unparalleled tactical shooter experience. Now this game focuses on you being immersed into the role of a real soldier and provides unique gameplay and represents unique features of the Russian and Ukrainian war, such as massive artillery warfare and the utilization of drones as well. As a unit on the battlefield, you have your strict and your specific tasks for the battlefield, which in return affects the task of other units as well as the result of the battle. So basically what this means is you have to do what your commander tells you to do to win the battle. As the enemy does their tasks, your task will also change because the enemy is going to infiltrate with your plans. Damn. That took me a while to say. Now Glory to the Heroes also provides unique team-based gameplay focusing on cooperation between infantry, artillery, fire teams and vehicles to gain superiority on the battlefield. And the developer also says that you are not a Rambo. What he means by that is that Glory to the Heroes is unlike any other shooter, because the developer is just emphasizing on the fact that you're a casual enlisted soldier, and a casual enlisted soldier who could get a panic attack during the battle, unexpectedly get hit by a landmine or suddenly die under intense artillery strike. It's like it's real life in this game. Now the game also has an immersive story campaign. Now in the story campaign you'll find war stories. It's episodes about specific people. Now each of whom also has their own unique skills, and each of whom has also been participating in specific historical events of this specific war. Now while the war continues, these stories are also about personal ones. They are not about the battles, they are about the people. Now Glory to the Heroes also launched a Kickstarter. Now unfortunately they didn't get the money they wanted to make. They wanted to make $222,000 US. Now this is from the website called KickTrack, which tracks Kickstarters. Now if you go over to their official Kickstarter page, you'll see that they made $11,567, pledged of $55,000 US, which was the goal, but they didn't reach it, and they only got 92 backers, which is an unsuccessful funding, which is actually quite sad. But this guy also has a Patreon. Now I can assure you, this guy is making enough money to fund this game and his family alone. Now currently he has 1,028 members on his Patreon, with the most popular membership being $10 a month, going all the way up to $200 and all the way down to $5 US a month. This guy is making well more than $10,000 a month to fund this game, which is enough money to fund this game, and I'm happy for that. Now I know a lot of people is gonna be like, oh, this is so disrespectful towards the Ukrainian people and towards the Russian people, but let me tell you something. 99.7 97% of them don't even care. If someone is out there that's like genuinely offended about this, you need to remember that this project is coming from Kiev, Ukraine. A Ukrainian is developing this. Why? Because it's honorable towards the people that's serving in his armed forces. So even though if you are offended, just let me know what your opinion is about this and why you shouldn't be developing this. But if you're not offended and you're like me, that you just don't care, and there's a new tactical shooter coming to the market, let me know what your thoughts is, because this is going to be a one-to-one Warzone simulator. This video is no means disrespect towards any Ukrainian or towards any Russian. I just don't want to make the whole conflict an everyday thing for the rest of the world.